Conflict between House Steiner and House Davion rages on.
Was it smart for the Archon to hire mercenaries to deal with the bandit army on Carver 5?
Kelly knows that once the bandits are dealt with, the mercenaries will pull out.
And welcome back, everybody. This is OhFar10025 with the First Circuit Podcast, episode number 24. So in tonight's episode, we have Star Trek. We'll be playing in the background there. We basically have the YouTube changes. It's not really mech related, but it actually affects a lot of different channels. We have the ever-flowing salt mine of OhFar. We'll be talking a little bit about that. The new events that's happening right now, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The fish, the Piranha, is be coming out on the Tuesday, I believe. And also a fellow MechWarrior has lost his home in a fire, and his friends are running a tournament for him. So hopefully you'll be able to check this out. So first off, we have a PSA from the Draconis Combine. It's coming pretty soon. Dear citizens, the ISF of the Draconis Combine and affairs leader Theodore Krita wants to remind all citizens that your yearly taxes are due next week. Failure to pay your yearly taxes to the Empire will result in your holdings being confiscated, your loved ones, and including yourself, being executed or sent to prison. This has been a decree from the ISF and the Draconis Combine. Thank you. Now get back to listening to the First Circuit Podcast. So first of all, we have Biter. Go ahead and say hello, Biter.
Hello.
We have Commander Lemming.
Hi.
There he goes. And we have Ian.
Hello, everyone.
And we have Larsh. Larsh is a casual MechWarrior.
Hello.
So first off, a lot of different changes have been happening to YouTube, and it's been affecting a lot of different smaller channels, not the bigger channels like out there like Logan Paul, but has been affecting a lot of different things. And we've been kind of discussing that a little bit. So we'll first of all, we'll go through the YouTube changes of what happened. I don't know if anyone wants to jump in on this or not.
I can take it away.
Okay, go ahead.
It's actually fairly easy. So in order to monetize your videos and actually make money off the advertisements on those videos, you now need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time during the last year. Which doesn't sound like a lot for any medium and bigger YouTubers, but it's actually a giant milestone for any smaller YouTuber.
Oh, it's a huge milestone. Like I know, I think all of us actually went ahead and we're past that. But for the smaller YouTubers that are out there, it's very, very hard to go and get.
I was not past that.
Oh, not past that?
Okay. Bob,
Never mind.
I think it's only you and I. Ian and Lemming are the. Did you guys get your email from
your email?
YouTube?
I did get my email that said, "Hey, we're changing shit."
I got an email from my other channel. I got.
Probably went right into spam for me.
No. It was just like, hey, it's our partner program, and we're looking to focus on our important content creators who we know are good and put out good content. And I'm like, fuck you, thanks YouTube.
That's kind of a dick move.
Oh god.
But yeah, and it's one of those things too where you're also not grandfathered in, from what I've heard, from what that means.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
Which definitely sucks though, because they should have grandfathered in. But the other thing is too, if you actually accrued like say $30 on your channel, they're gonna go and pay that off and then have you start all over again, like pretty much. So I see the reason why they did it, because they want to get rid of the channels that just copy someone else's stuff and go pop it back on again. Like a lot of people do with the cat videos. They steal people's videos and pop them up and again stuff like that, and then also go and bypass the 10,000 views from what it was before in April of the 10,000 views for your channel itself. But it sucks because a lot of people will be discouraged. New YouTubers that are coming out, you might not see the beef. You might not see like another beef or another Snuggles, another Larsh, another Bob, or like Lemming or Ian. Might not see those type of channels coming out because they're just like, oh, screw it, I'm not gonna do it. Now you have to do it for the passion of doing it, of wanting to. Just jump in anytime, guys. I'm just rambling on. So
yeah, I mean, to be perfectly honest, I'm one of the now demonetized channels from it because only like 450 subscribers. That's not going to cut it. But frankly, I don't care too much. Like, I mean, it is kind of a fuck you to say, like, yeah, we're focusing on our good content creators, not you. But, like,
our quote good.
Yeah. But, I haven't really even monetized any of my videos except for maybe 1 or 2, because either 9 times out of 10, I'm using copyrighted music.
Yeah.
Which I don't really care about, because it's like, oh no, I missed out on earning 10 cents. Oh boy, I'll cry my eyes out. And then, or I'm doing like an update video and I don't monetize update videos. Like, it's nice enough that people go ahead and watch them. So I don't really monetize anything, so it's not a huge hit for me.
Yeah.
Well, the
go ahead.
Yeah,
but definitely, go ahead, Peter.
I would say just generally, YouTube has always had great troubles with monetization. It's never ever turned a profit, and with the current marketplace, the value of online advertising is going down. And YouTube has slowly been veering away from the small content creators, from small individuals, instead focusing on big channels and also just more TV-esque type content. So this is just a continuation of a trend that's been ongoing, and YouTube has always been a very kind of sketchy platform in terms of consistency. It always sort of has there's always something going on with YouTube.
Well, no worries. Go ahead. Well, I'll just say, no worries, because tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and just buy a big old box of Tide Pods, and then I'm going to go ahead and eat them live on a live stream, and I'm sure that'll get me tons of subscribers for all the wrong reasons. But hey, I'll have all of the views to be monetized.
Did you see the stream of the dude saying Gucci Gang 1,000,000 times for charity?
Oh no, I haven't. I don't know.
That is fucking the best thing ever. But yeah, they're doing this thing where they're trying to compete with Netflix and Hulu and other,
for like TV
online
right?
TV cable providers, and they're trying to make their unique YouTuber-made shows, which are usually very shitty.
Yeah.
Except for like a very small exception. And they're not. I'm speculating, but I don't think they're gonna succeed if they ever try to like put up a real fight against Netflix.
No, they won't actually.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Netflix has a lot of cool stuff in there. But like one of the things I wanted to go and tell smaller YouTubers is that you have to diversify. You can't just depend. Like to give it a perfect example, it is every 1,000 views you get. What is it like? I think $1, right? You get like maybe $1 depending on your CPM. Your CPM is views per click pretty much. And literally, I mean, like even me, like I make enough to make a pizza to go buy some pizza like every 2 months or something. So it's not really, I don't, it's like cool. I get something, but there's nothing, that's not the main motivation to do anything. But you have to diversify. I mean, diversify and not diversify. But you have to like diversify everything you're doing. Twitch, t-shirts, Patreon. You got to do all those different things to make it actually kind of worthwhile. If you don't, and you're just depending on that, you're going to make pennies on doing it like anything.
Yeah. Now, granted that the YouTube is for what it was, and for the most part, forever will probably just be a hobby.
Yeah.
But I enjoy doing it as a hobby. But it was always the perk of, well, if I make $100 from the Google AdSense, well then, hooray!
Yeah.
That's that. And so far, I know I'm safe in the terms of the rules, I believe. So I'm still making some sort of income. But I think kind of like how it was for Lemmy, it was like, well, if I get it, awesome. If not, I'm still gonna poop out a video, like a big one, at least once a month, kind of thing.
The part that worries me though is the fact that monetized videos are normally basically recommended more often to viewers, because of course that's what YouTube wants to direct their traffic to, is the videos with the ads where they can make money. Now it's going to be that much harder to grow a channel from the very beginning because
that's going to be a big thing.
And that brings up the second point. What we're talking about is support the channels you do watch. Watch those channels, comment on the comments, because that's actually what also dictates it being onto the suggested or the suggested sidebar. Is if you comment on the videos, you like the videos, like engage in the videos themselves, because that's what like exactly how much they get seen a lot more. So support them, no matter what the channel is. No matter what the channel is, but watch channels you like and everything. Like Larsh's channel, watch him a lot. Watch Ian's channel. Watch Commander Lemming's channel. Watch BrioS. Watch everyone like out there. Check out their channels. Even if you kind of like go to the bathroom a little bit. I know it's kind of like go to the bathroom and then come back, do something else, and go, hey man, I really, just whatever. But support the channels, support the creators that actually create the enjoyment that they love doing for you guys. I don't know. That's just a PSA, I guess.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree that for the people who are watching, if you have a Twitter, go to Twitter, tell Russ about the things you like, and hopefully if we're doing a good job, I hope, fingers crossed, you can let people know. And also, on the flip side is that if there are things that we're not doing, but you want to see us do, give us feedback, because I think as YouTubers and content creators, because we do have full-time jobs, or we're going to school, or have classes, our mind might not be 100% YouTube video creation. So a lot of times my mind is I need input from outside sources besides my usual desk job of just answering the phones all day at work.
Yeah.
But mainly outside input is always welcome from all sides.
Definitely. That's one thing that like I actually thrive on, basically, is actually talking to people. It's like, okay, I could probably make this a little bit better if I change this or do something like that. Give input, give constructive input. Not your channel sucks, but just constructive input be a lot better than anything else. But yeah, that definitely helps out. Like Lark was saying, we all have full-time jobs or go to school like Lemming, and it just sucks because they come over and we're building stuff and we live in our bubbles sometimes, and so we do certain things because we know, quote, it works. But if you actually talk to us, and we can get a better aspect of what's going on through the community like itself.
Yep. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody here reads all of their comments for the most part.
Yeah.
Because we're still like small enough channels that we can do that. And God, the amount of support I've gotten from comments in fixing my audio issues helped a shit ton.
Oh, it definitely.
Because I'm not the best when it comes to being able to identify an audio issue, or I didn't know the name for different types of distortion for like post exporting. And so a bunch of people were like, hey, I'm noticing visual artifacts, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Oh yeah, you learn a lot about video editing just from doing this.
Just from looking at comments, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll let Larsh take the other one, because Larsh is more involved into the salt mine of OhFar. So
we're going to that topic now. Yeah, so
unless you have something else for the first one.
No, that's fine. Yeah, so I think
not much. I think my only other little tangential point. It'll be interesting to see, of course, how in the long run YouTube pans out, because yes, they're focusing on the big creators. They're trying to make more money up top, and maybe that will work. But I still think fundamentally there is, it's always going to be turning a loss. I'm not sure these changes are going to really improve anything. The only other thing is tangential loss that isn't so not a lot of people may notice is lightning in a bottle videos.
What?
Lightning in a bottle.
I never heard of that.
I.e., when the phrase "lightning in a bottle" is something that basically something that goes viral.
Oh, okay.
An example that comes to mind would be something like there was a lady who had a Chewy mask, and she was really happy about it.
Oh yeah, just the meme. It's basically the giant meme videos that go crazy and get all the views.
But those are rare though.
I don't know how much YouTube makes from those, but obviously her channel under the new system will not be monetized initially when she makes the video. And
that's
therefore they're not going to make anything from it. From YouTube's perspective, that is something they're missing out on, I would imagine. And, it's something that not many people have talked about.
True.
Yeah,
True.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. Otherwise, some people have been trying to cite this most recent change to the Logan Paul drama. Though, like with other dramas, it's always a bit too short-sighted, honestly. It's something that YouTube has been working on for quite some time. It took them a while to respond to that drama in the first place. Do you really think they're going to roll out a big, huge rolling change like this,
No.
instantaneously? I mean, it's just that Lady CEO and one very haggard programmer doing all the work at YouTube with a whole horde of bots. Are you really sure they're going to be able to, throw this out so quickly? No, this is something they've been, mumbling about and announcing.
Yeah. Well, they totally have a user, oh God, I can't think of the name, but they always say that they have like a user help division at YouTube.
Really, I never noticed.
I mean, their help it's just a giant forum. That's all it is.
Yeah. The main thing though, like before you actually jump into like OhFar, I just want to say, don't give up. Basically, do the stuff you want to do for a passion, and don't do because of the money. Because if you do for the money, you're gonna get highly disappointed. Trust me, you will be. You will be. But do it for what you love, and don't give up though, man. Okay,
yeah, exactly. Okay, so for the next thing is going to be the OhFar Fallout. Okay, so I don't know how many people watching know what this is, but the player OhFar, if you guys have watched any of the Beef's videos as of late, you'll...
On his alt,
yeah, on the alt, is it the like Beef highlights is what it is, something like that? Yeah. So during his live stream, a player got rather salty and made some very discouraging comments in game. So now I don't think we use this podcast to highlight the dicks of the game, but this one is standing out more so because I think it's reached the Beef's channel and it's reached parts of Reddit. So I feel like we could touch on it a little bit. We don't need to go too much into it.
No.
But I see that the chat already has words. Awesome. Yeah. So.
Well, the whole thing, before that, he actually had a video, Salty Comms 1, where OhFar was actually saying some nasty stuff on the first video, and then OhFar found him on another game on Salty Comms 2, where it says, "Hey, take down your video, you cunt, and I'm gonna pull a bullet in your chest. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna hack you." That's not a good way to go tell a YouTuber, "Hey, by the way, can you take down the video, please?" Just asking, that's fine. We'll take it down. But saying, "I'm gonna kill you," it doesn't really affect anything. And then it's scale.
We'll just take his account.
Yeah. You have to take out his account or something. But it's more of a okay, go on. Sorry.
No, this is the.
So I mean, the reason it's sort of been covered beyond just Beef made these two videos, one about the salty player, and then the second one where that guy reacted to the first video and was even worse.
Yeah.
Was in Beef's second video. He sort of did. He said that the guy was banned from the game basically for his actions, and he even did a little kind of a silent moment.
That was awesome. I love that.
Yeah,
he lit a candle too.
Like, it got kind of serious. Like,
Yeah, I mean, he threatened someone's life on a live stream that had probably around 100 viewers, and then it got posted on his channel, which had 10,000 views.
And then it got to Reddit.
They got to Reddit, and then Reddit was like, and there were all these confirmed, yes, I've seen this guy before, and he's a total dipshit. And the thing that caused controversy wasn't this whole thing, because you see dipshits all the time doing stuff like this. It's the fact that he got kind of a slap on the wrist for it. And it's
like a 2-day ban, maybe 2-day ban.
Well, that's the thing that we're not totally sure all about this, because obviously we don't. Someone posted a screen cap saying, "Oh, look, he's still around, guys. He isn't actually banned." And people are like, "What?"
But there's no
Yeah,
timestamp on it though,
permanent
saying like when it
ban
was.
type of thing. Like, you know, he can maybe make a new account, like, and lose all of his progress, but not what happened there.
It's
Not what we should be
questionable.
coming
Like,
back.
I mean, even even Christian got banned on his alt account that had
Yeah.
chat disabled because someone got upset that he decided to hide and wait out a round. That was enough to permaban an account right there.
Yeah, and then you have a person who actively in game is going to make life threats. But going back to what we said earlier, is that the people who are watching, if you weren't aware, this wound up exploding on Reddit. Is that, you know, once we saw the fallout from the Beast videos, we thought he was possibly banned, is because there were no updates. Well,
Yeah.
it was like a day or two later, a person posted a screen cap of him actually in game, and then Reddit exploded, and there really hasn't been any reaction from PGI. But I know myself and a few little minority of Reddit kind of didn't see the screenshot as a valid argument because there was no timestamp and there was no like context to it. It was just the roster of players in the game, and he just happened to be in there. So yeah, so maybe I think the best way to handle that kind of thing is just to report in game, like, you know, mainly if you see him doing dumb shit, just report him in game. You know, no need to get a giant angry mob against one person.
Of course not. You know, then also too, if you actually look in the oh god, and the leaderboards, he's actually still on the leaderboard, so his account's not banned. It's still there for what we can tell. But like you said, the timestamp, there's no timestamp on the picture itself, so it could be not. But you know, if PG, my own feeling, like, you know, banter's fine. That happens in game. Just, you know, reporting type thing, like whatever. Basically, that's not a big deal. But threatening someone's life, I'm going to pull a bullet in your chest, come and find me, I'm going to kill you every game, that type of stuff, that actually goes beyond what, quote, banter is for a game. Because you could talk crap, like I talk crap about clans all the time, but it's kind of like funny banter type thing. But and if PGI does not ban him, I mean, that goes above and beyond like what actually anyone should have like in game, especially in the community that we have now. And I'd be highly disappointed. I mean, in PGI, it'll be another notch on the chalkboard type thing. Like, oh, there's another thing that pretty much PGI can't really do per se to go ahead and increase the game type stuff. But that's just my own opinion, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you echoed the sentiments that Beef said. That it's like, you know, there's room for banter, and then there's, you know, taking it to real life, and that's a step too far. And I would also at least commend Beef for his decorum in that situation. He just, you know, he didn't start calling names back. He just goes, yeah, sure, my dude. Okay, I guess I'll just have to push. And you know, he played the best in game. He played the best in real life. And maybe one could question, oh, uploading the video, this is going to cause everyone to, you know, freak out at the guy. But this guy is, yeah, pretty scummy. And if he is still back there, it is. I think it is something worth for the community to know and discuss about a little bit.
Yeah, actually, I got to say, Beef handled it like a pro, man. That was, I mean, I would have a hard time with that, but looking at what Beef did, I'm like, okay, I'm going to start doing that. I'll just go and play the game, just go from there pretty much. But Beef handled it like a pro.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. In an instant, I would just start trying to make him say worse and worse stuff. That's what I do. Someone fucks with me, I just escalate it.
So what are some memes?
But yeah, no.
So what are some ways
I like just playing neutral and discussing with them the the reasons behind their rhetoric. Just sort of saying, oh, so what's your motivation behind saying this, that, and the other? And then, you know, they explain all their, oh, I fucking hate you, I want you dead, blah blah blah. And it's, you know, it's just me asking for their rational explanation, and I usually let it at that, because then it's not provocation and it's not me going, oh, you know, your account's going to be removed. Oh, I'm a big YouTuber kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but making them think will make them angry.
Yeah.
Yes, certainly that kind of decorum makes them angry.
True. God.
Anyway, yeah, that's a thing that's sort of been going on, but it is something I think we should sort of investigate and poke PGI about if it does turn out to be true that the guy is back. At least in context with other people who have had their accounts banned for a lot less.
Oh yeah, my father Christian got it banned just for not doing anything pretty much. So yeah.
Won one match, yeah.
Yeah, true. So
Right, well,
I don't know.
moving on.
Moving on. I'll let someone else take this, or do you want me to take this?
Go for it, man.
I think you should lead it because we'll go into the event leading up to the fish.
Okay.
Yes.
So, catch of the day, quick play daily events. Now, I got some issues with this for a simple reason is that it involves a lot of people I talk to. They either have a clan only account and they actually, like every time you get a free clan mech or like a free like industry mech, they say, hey, I don't want this mech, I just want the mech bay, and they have to contact PGI to go and just give them the mech bay and not give them the mech because they're that dedicated to clans. Or like me, I'm dedicated to Intersphere, so I, on my Intersphere only account, I have an Intersphere only account, but I'm going to be getting that the free Sun Spider thing or whatever the thing is, Sunder or whatever it's called, later on. But they're only dedicated to that stuff and don't want to use it. So with the catch of the day, you're required, like say day one, only use Intersphere and clan MG counts. Let me get this up here. Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. Only use Intersphere like MG or clan MGs. Lighter heavies don't count for day one. So I felt dirty for using a clan mech. Well, actually, in day 4, that's what I used, or day 3, or day 4, like it's Intersphere, medium laser, and clan medium laser. I felt dirty using a clan mech. I had to take a shower afterwards. But actually, I used Larsh's Nova build for the trial mech before it, and it actually worked out pretty well. Plug Larsh, plug Larsh, plug Larsh. There you go. But and it worked out good. But a lot of people, I don't think it's really a good idea that they actually have both clan and Intersphere. They should have actually just had like 500 damage with Intersphere medium lasers, and that's it. Not to do both. But like I said, I had to take a shower. It was kind of nasty. I did some nasty things inside the clan cockpit to give it back to clanners. But it's just. I was very pissed off that they did this because on the day one I couldn't do it for my Intersphere account because I don't think they have any really good mechs for the clans that have machine guns, especially for trial mechs. But they do had a really good one for day 4 for the Intersphere medium lasers. I don't know, that's just my own personal thing. So I don't know, you guys go on.
Okay, so yeah, it's kind of interesting doing a week build up, daily events for leading up to the fish. The Piranha, and they are doing somewhat thematic things sometimes, like with machine guns and medium lasers. Well, for somewhat low, Piranha is probably just going to go, mass micros or mass smalls or something rather than
this is going to be massive butt rape.
And the SRMs doesn't really make much sense either. But it's an event. There's only so much that you can sort of do with the gimmick other than maybe make people play light mechs. I would say it's interesting, like the response old Bob and others have had to the Intersphere and clan damage thing. So yeah, indeed, on day 1, and I think this is a real big mix step, was on day 1 they said, "Oh, do 500 damage for both weapon systems, and you have to do both to get the reward." 500 damage from machine guns is actually a fair amount of work to be done on a single day, and by contrast with medium lasers, you have to do 250 damage on either side. Which is half. Why are medium lasers apparently twice as difficult to get damage with as machine guns? At least to sell people in this event, you want to start nice and simple and make people give them a nice little reward for something nice and easy. And maybe in the last day you do the big machine gun thing, and people can be more accepting of that. Like funnily enough, with the SRM 6s, I think without Artemis, you have to just do 150 damage. So apparently SRMs are even harder than, medium lasers and machine guns.
I have a question about the SRM one. Because all the clan trial mechs, do they have Artemis already loaded up for the trial ones?
I would have to look at all the ones there and see what is
let me see there
available. But I would say a big difference, like a big contrast I would want to make is, do you guys remember the going ballistic challenge event?
Oh yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, a totally different reaction, but that obviously is also separated by the two different tech bases.
Mm-hmm.
The big difference, of course, is just the fact that you need both tech bases rather than dividing the rewards into two little groups. Like, it's giving 100 M, like for the machine gun one, it's 100 MC and two 50 cal necklaces. Well, don't get me. If I've done my math correctly, that's 50 MC and a necklace for each faction, and that would completely avoid the whole, problem in the first place.
Yeah.
I think the issue is, I get irritated when people flip their shit about these events where they make you play something different than you normally play, and then people whine.
Oh, no.
Like that upsets me because I like to do shit like, dunking, which is significantly more difficult than any shit that PGI is going to make you do. But okay, remember when they made you play and win one game? That's it. One game in third person.
Oh, yeah.
And people fucking lost it.
It was 3 initially.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 3 games.
Yeah,
they went insane on that one.
But still, okay, too bad, so sad. If you don't want to do it, then you miss out on what, like a 50 MC thing.
It's not big because
And so
I managed to pull a 750 game in the Arctic Cheetah third person, and I didn't get it.
But the problem
that
is
annoyed me.
that okay, yeah, someone said faction play. That's a good example.
Yeah.
Faction play is where they make you do a shit ton of matches and dedicate shit tons of hours, and people don't bat an eye at that. But then all of a sudden, I have to play a different mech for like 3 matches, maybe 5. It's just people really, really like to stay in their comfort zone, and
meta builds.
That's part of the reason why the game is stagnating like this, where people don't experiment because it costs a shit ton, or they just don't like it for some reason. It's personally, it frustrates me.
Well, I think like last week we talked about burnout, and to do different things in the game, try something different. Basically try different mech, try different type of thing you don't normally play, and that actually will help your burnout. And then, like you're talking about, try different builds, and that'll make you do a lot more of these events to go do that kind of stuff. I just have an issue with the clanner thing, and I checked on the SRM 6 thing. There's no trial mechs with SRM 6s.
Oof.
Yeah, that's good. That's gonna hurt.
The other questions would be, is there, would it be possible, like this is for a new player, someone with not many mechs, it's going to be quite difficult to do the machine gun thing, to do the SRM thing, to do the medium laser thing, particularly ER medium lasers, since the trial mechs typically do not use new tech at all in the sphere.
No, because all those trial mechs were before the new tech came out.
I think they have another contest for that, to have more trial mechs with new tech, huh?
I can't wait for a contest to put natural build in
really slowly.
Yeah, true.
Yep. But actually, I'm going through a few of the comments here, and I really like what Skippy Nibbles here is saying. Is that it's actually his idea is interesting, and I had like a similar idea last week. But he's saying that they need to make tiered level events, so like easy with a small reward and harder events with bigger rewards. So if you're a casual pleb like I am, I can go in, I can get the easy reward, and I feel like I still accomplished something. But if
that's
you're one of those
essentially
types,
like a loot bag event, though, like you go in for as long as you can and you get out whatever
but
you get what you get.
That's why I like the loot bag event. I think it's probably that why they keep doing it. It doesn't have requirements on how you play or how well you play, or not too much anyway. And as long as the more you play, the more rewards you get until a point.
But I think if they were to actually offer that on like a long-term thing. So for example, before I played MechWarrior, I played a lot of Guild Wars 2, and in that game they had rewards, and it was like you would go in and they had dailies, and they would have about like 15 or so different dailies to choose from. But if you, let's say, if you accomplished, I think it was like 5 of those dailies, you would get a reward. But then I think if you accomplished any more dailies beyond that minimum, they would give you like extra bonus items. So I don't know how they would incorporate something like that into what almost equals into a FPS and not a larger MMORPG. But I think if they're to incorporate some sort of daily reward system, and it would just be beneficial because
if they it would totally be great if they did a per player mini little event system every day. You get a new event tailored to what you have in your mech lab.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Yeah, it's something like other games they play, like Heroes of the Storm or whatever. You mostly play support, then you're more likely to get support quests. If you don't own any tanks, then they're not going to give you a tank quest because that's not exactly.
Well, like Multimetal, he was saying something that because events, when I kind of like stay away from events because it turns out to be, 24 machine gun mechs running around trying to kill each other, which is fun. Don't get me wrong, it is kind of fun. But after a little bit, you're like, okay, I'll just do it and just go off and do something else. But Multimetal was saying that, and you guys are saying that having a different event for each player will be a lot better. Like say, you got to get the machine gun on this day, but it's different for another person, so it's all random type thing instead of people
trying to increase the variety of the matches and the mechs people are taking out. Yeah, this is something I've argued for before.
And it makes perfect sense.
We've talked about that before, and I mean, I've talked about how I want them to de-emphasize solo kills from the leaderboards.
Oh yeah, because as everyone brings out the biggest heavy hitter, then they all focus on one thing, trying to get that one kill, which is usually the very first thing you see in a match. Is like, hey, look, it's the first enemy. It's Beta or Bravo. Everyone gank them, and then it just becomes a mess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I do, though I do like it when on that first day, everyone's running machine gun mech, so I get the machine gun thing done, and there's just so much potatoing going on. I then just take the street clops and smash so much face.
Oh, and don't get me wrong, it is hilarious and fun to just mash potatoes whenever you're done with that main event. But it does cause quite a bit of aggravation, which it kind of goes in hand with like what you were saying, Leming, is that people are going out of their comfort zone, which is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's good to see people going out of their comfort zone. But then that's fine if you have like 1 or 2 players in a match who will want to try different things. But like, for example, like the machine gun one, you had a bunch of people who might not use machine guns, and then teams will either get rolled or they'll do very well, depending on which side you're on, because you have all this mass hysteria for 24 hours.
Well, I mean, and then that I don't think is at complete fault of the event. I still think that's at fault of the matchmaker. Because, everybody's pushed out of their comfort zone, so you would think that if everyone is pushed out of their comfort zone, you would have the same distribution of people who suck at machine guns on either side of the team. Like, that would be statistically common. It would be very weird if one team got all the people that suck at machine guns and one team got everybody who was really good at machine guns. But that's what seems to happen, which is weird, and I still think it might be due to the fact that the tiers don't do anything and we're back to matchmaker sucks.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. The difficult thing with everyone running machine guns, particularly with the IS requirement, is that IS does not do very good with machine guns, with only a couple of exceptions, like the Arrow and the Jägermech, perhaps. Those can run 6, but otherwise, IS really struggles to do machine gun, and machine gun players are very difficult, very skilled play style that only so many people are actually any good at all. So I think really it's down to the fact that one good machine gun mech player can do way more than a whole bunch of average players. And the same goes also for someone who just takes a solid build against a whole bunch of people running machine guns. The high skill ceiling that you need to reach until you're actually kind of viable meant that good players were dominating much stronger than usual. That's why I took the Street Clops. I would just run over entire teams with that thing because they are unable to fight back that well. As long as my team is backing me up semi-effectively, I'm opening up components left, right, and center, and they're getting daggered down to pieces, and they have no recourse whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, yeah, you do have some good inner sphere machine gun mechs other than those. I mean, there are free ones available. Like, of course, you have the Urban Mech. You have the Spider 5K. That thing is a fucking nightmare if you know how to play it.
I went Locust 1V with 4 machine guns and a flamer.
Honestly, I feel like you're making it out that machine guns are extremely hard to play, which I would disagree with, personally. They're hit scan weapons, like you just point and shoot and that is it.
They had to use regular machine guns. Their optimum range is 130 meters. So choosing when and where and who to engage is extremely important. Something much more, a skill that a lot of players are not used to when they are, of course, using typically, at least even brawlers have 70 meters optimum range.
Keep in mind, though, that pretty much everybody is running machine guns at this point, so everyone wants to get into that range. So I guess your opportunities to get into that range are a lot higher than normally when everyone is toying around with much longer range builds.
So it depends. Like what I saw a lot of was people taking regular builds and swapping out bits and pieces here and there, and just slapping on a couple of machine guns and playing normally.
I have seen that actually, because I think I was watching, was it Father Bill's stream, during the machine gun event at work, and a person took a Huntsman and just loaded it with machine guns when it would typically be like LBs or like Ultra ACs, and it was like a ton of wasted tonnage.
Oh god,
there were lots of wasted tonnage mix.
It was horrendous on that one day, and and also real quick, just from the chat, Wendell, hello, and Lemming, Wendell says hello to you.
Hey, Wendell.
Hi, Wendell.
He only targeted Lemming.
Oh no,
because he is special.
That is my baby boy.
Yeah, but anyway, but it was just when that came out, you would see so many events on Twitch, or something, but mechs on Twitch. They were just waste of tonnage, and it was hilarious, but really bad all at the same time.
Yeah, I think I took out my arrow.
If you know what you're doing, was what I found when I was using the machine guns. If I know what I'm doing, I can just go and kill off whole lances on my own because they are so ineffectual. But the same problem is for me is that I have nobody I can trust on my team. So it's an interesting situation, but I still think that machine guns take a very pouncy playstyle, and most people take light machine guns if they're ever taking machine guns, and that allows them to stand back and poke and snipe and avoid having to fully engage. But engaging in the pounce style and having a mech that's good at pouncing is something quite different. So a lot of people just sort of, I've got a K2, so I'll just chuck on 2 machine guns and some VPCs. There we go. And I was like, oh no, that is not fine. Just, nah.
But yeah, I mean, it's like, well, okay, what do you want to do? Like, add more crutches for these poor people, or just?
Oh, I had fun smashing them to pieces with the street clubs.
It's tricky. It is what I'm saying, because, like, yes, if they randomized the events and gave only some people at that event at a time, you'd be good to go.
Because
if they,
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, if they fix the matchmakers so that better players who know how to play different types of mechs were actually matched together rather than just you have a hat drawing, then you'd be able to actually have fair matches, and you might be able to do something like this.
You know, or
It's
It's the difficult thing of actually keeping track, though, of exactly what people are good at.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if you have an event which is all about get this many kills or KMDDs in the Assault Mech, then of course Ian is going to do extremely well.
Yeah.
I would suck at that, by the way.
Oh, I would love that.
But if he normally is actually just playing heavies, mediums, and lights, then it has no chance of telling that.
Well, I think kind of getting back to what I said too is that so let's rewind back to the machine gun day. Is that just to prep for this Piranha thing, it would have been interesting if they had here are 4 potential goals that you could reach, but if you get 2 of the 4 goals, you can get a prize. And it could have been like, and it could have been like machine guns, small pulse, micro pulse, have various options. And then if you were to, because with me, I say, oh, I'm not good at micro pulse or small pulse, I'll just go for the machine guns, but I will still be eligible to get the said prize. Give it some sort of way to flex with the community based around their comfort zone, which I know we want to see people get out of their comfort zone once in a while, but for a person like me who might hop in once a week now because of personal life stuff, it'd be nice, to give me that option to go in, choose what I want out of a pool of things, but still be getting something in return.
I'll definitely stop the people running in front of you too.
They are to some extent doing that, because you can choose to just not do some of the events, and you've got choices over the 7 days. And my personal opinion is I prefer the approach PGI is taking here, with splitting them out over multiple days, just to keep players hooked, to give them something to do every day, instead of just having a week-long event with those 4 options we just mentioned.
The principle behind something like the loot bag event is to have people playing for the whole month, and however much you play, you reward them accordingly, and it's all just random chance. The idea of the daily challenges is to try and get people to, just like with daily quests, to keep logging on every day. So
Hey, BrioS.
doing the more broader, you have a week with so many criteria thing could be easily achieved on the first day, and it does not achieve somebody coming back every day of the week if they want all of the food pellets.
Exactly.
Well, same thing with like faction warfare for the full food pellets. They'll just go in, just get that, and leave.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, there's going to be strengths and weaknesses with any particular system, and with the huge number of mechs and different players out there, it's really difficult to balance out these events, at least if you're giving it to everyone wholesale like what they are doing now. For the most part, at least for me personally, I'm having fun with the events. They're nice and simple and easy. I've done all of them in a very small amount of time. But as always, I think with every single event,
I didn't know you were bringing people. I would have trimmed my antlers.
Thanks, BrioS, for
To maybe kind of wrap up
appreciate
the
that.
whole event thing. It's good that PGI is doing events. It's good they're doing daily events. It's better than no events.
Oh yeah, true.
That's very true. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
But I think we've gone over events a lot. Should we move on to our next item up
Fish.
bids?
I think the last one, let's wrap up with the fish.
Yeah.
We'll go. There are 2 things: fish and then tournament. But
yeah,
fish.
It's only so much time.
Quartz for fish. They weren't actually that good, to tell you the truth.
So, coming out, was it next Monday, the 22nd? There's going to be a new patch, which of course includes a new mech, the Piranha, a new 20-ton clan light mech, which boasts huge numbers of ballistics or energy, and ballistic and energy, and also AMS,
after MechWarrior 5,
Battletech. The 4 AMS one.
True.
Is that what it is? Yes, it is.
There is. Yeah. We haven't got the patch notes just yet, so we're mostly sort of in the dark about that. We haven't had a timeline for quite some time. I think, at least I've heard rumblings, and this is probably quite true, that the Assassin 21 is probably going to get a nerf. I have no clue exactly what that will be. I assume it's going to be something like agility, since all the other assassins are not. It sounds like it's going to be just an Assassin 21 nerf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the patch
But
notes.
in terms,
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna move on to the Piranha boat. What's up?
Oh, I was just gonna say like it's not overwhelming basically as far as quirks wise for the mechs. I mean each one got the heat dissipation and then also a couple structural quirks, but only at +4 points. So it's not really mind blowing or anything.
I'm just upset that the 4 AMS variant doesn't have any like AMS like quirks or anything like that. I want my rate of fire for my fish.
Yeah. Also, Rokne, and Rokne put in chat to why does the fish with the 12 MGs need actually need the heat sinks? I guess for the 2 air
machine gun ghost heat coming soon.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, it
has
will be
some
coming.
energy hard points as well, and that will help those who often throw on heavy mediums or heavy smalls. Or
that's
whatever.
2 tons of ammo, man. That's 5,000 rounds for light machine guns.
Yeah. So needless to say, those who are watching and they typically stay tuned after our podcast for the in-game stream. This week there is no theme. We're just gonna be having fun tonight. But next week, I think we know what we're doing.
Oh god, yeah.
I kind of like what is this here? Oh, Ron Overdrive, also known as that effing guy. Theme night, barrel of fish.
I mean, yeah, I think this is, most of them have a universal just that quirk, full structure to each leg and the dissipation thing. The dissipation thing is often given to the small mechs since they cannot fit that many heat sinks and to actually be able to pump out enough damage, particularly with stuff like with lasers or missiles, they always almost need that. And giving it to all the fishes and not tweaking it for every single different variant according to how much you think they will or will not use lasers. I think it's just a simple way to go, and it doesn't create confusion. There's no need to have vastly different quirks on this mech because it is, for the most part, not being heavily quirked. Because, well, as it appears on paper, it should be a pretty decent mech.
Yeah, I mean, 15 freaking micro pulse lasers. Come on, that's gonna be crazy. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Did anyone do numbers on what its top speed is? Like with top engine?
It's a 20-tonner, so just throw in the same engine size as a Locust, and you'll be good to go. It's a 170 max engine.
Yeah, with the engine 180 for the Piranha 2, that goes 145, I think.
Yeah, I was just curious because I want to see if I can break any land speed records, but
no, just goes faster.
Yeah, not much.
Just paint it red.
Yeah, just paint it red, go faster. You get an extra inch.
Overall, in terms of the game, of course, it means when the Piranha comes out, there's going to be a crazy ton of Piranhas out there, and people are probably quite likely to pick up a lot of streaks to counter them.
Yeah.
In fact, if you just as soon as the new patch drops, jump in a good streak mech and go to town on all those poor little Piranhas.
Kintaro, 18.
Oh, don't put streaks in your Kintaro. Stop that.
No, it's fun. I love it.
It's quite good.
It's quite good.
Also, to just answer a few things in the chat here, Ramiro, this is a 20-tonner. The size, I don't believe, has been shown yet compared to other mechs, correct?
No,
not yet. They, as always, with a new mech releasing, they're doing a daily countdown, so you can see the badges, you can see it with the paint schemes. And yes, they've released the quirks and agility list and such. In terms of agility, by the way, it has about the same agility as an Insphere 30-tonner, like something like a Spider.
Does anyone ever care about badges? I'm just curious.
I quite like the collector's badge just off shoulder fish.
That is pretty good, actually.
Yeah, that's one of the few badges I mildly care about. But yeah, it does.
Ooh, I want to see the cockpit items, because wasn't it like a fish in like a small jar, or like a fish in a bowl?
I'm not sure.
We'll have to, the either if that's the countdown thing, if it's listed, and this time at least, I like what they've done. They are giving a timeline of when things are being announced.
Yeah,
it gets the hype.
Cool.
Oh yeah, because the 21st is cockpit and cockpit items.
There we go.
3 copies of the standing cockpit. Yeah.
Oh, and then also in the chat, I really like Benjamin Donovan's idea for our theme next week. So the first part could be barrel of fish. Part 2 of the stream next week could be a fish fry.
Ooh, fish fry.
With streaks.
Oh god, that'd be nice.
I like that idea.
We'll see
cool,
how quickly the Piranha
laser
gets
hunting.
rotated out there as well. At least since people know how, it's quite an easy mech to counter. It's not got a whole bunch of.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how long it sticks.
It's gonna just be a suicide bomber. It's all it's gonna be.
The interesting thing, at least, would be this really pushes the envelope in terms of the number of machine guns and/or energy hard points available on a light mech. And of course, when the clans had their many machine guns in the Arctic Cheetah and Mistlinks, we saw that running around for quite some time, and it still does pop up, every other match. Generally speaking, though, as I said, there's a skill cap you have to get over to really be effective with machine guns. And as such, usually at least people rotate out of these mechs over time. Of course, everyone's going to be piloting the new mech when it comes out, but over time, I think it'll drop down in popularity, just like with the other MG mechs.
I think it's going to stick, though, for now until the Fire Moth, at least, though, because if I'm correct, if I still remember correctly, clans have 240-ton drop decks in faction play. So this is your one and only option as a clanner to be able to run 200-tonners in your drop deck.
And so faction warfare is going to really improve from it. And another great thing will be group queue. The power level on that is on average going to go up, because if you had someone going all the way down to 20 tons, they had to go in a Locust, and the Locust is okay. But something like a Piranha feels like it could be a huge jump in power level on average within a coordinated team.
Yeah, but just seeing these hard points is just ridiculous, because I don't think we've seen medium or heavy mechs with this many laser hard points.
Nope.
I'm only thinking it's a Nova.
Yeah, this is stupid.
And talking about ridiculous, look at the yaw angle. This thing can nearly turn like an urban mech.
Oh my god, you're right.
Oh, holy shit.
Holy shit. That's, oh my Jesus. So
that looks kind of like a spider, though. Those things turn like all hell.
So you could actually hit them, go past them, still turn, and still keep your machine guns locked on them, especially if you do the full tree.
Which means you don't need any back armor on this mech.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's crazy.
Torso twist for days, man. While going 145.8 kilometers per second here.
The only
per second.
Sorry, whatever. You know what I mean.
Light speed.
We'll have to see how it pans out. The big thing will be, of course, its shape. The Locust, with its higher max speed and really teeny tiny shape, is really hard to hit. Whereas this one is more shaped like a Commando, but it does not have the Commando survivability. Its agility is okay. Its engine cap is okay. It has no jump jets, and of course, any of its loadouts require you to get really deep in the enemy lines. So it's a very high risk reward type playstyle.
It'll be fun as hell, though.
Especially with micro pulses, if you just load the shit out of it with those, and if you can find a back and have it stay there for the full alpha, you're probably guaranteed to kill.
Well, screw that. Just use a bunch of these and just go for legs. Knock out one dude's leg, just start knocking out legs left and right. We just say, okay, guys, left leg on the direwall, boom, that one's done.
Or scouting.
That reminds me of faction play light rushes when those were a thing. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, the commandos.
I miss that to this day.
I miss old school stuff.
Funny thing, at least to be noted with Micro Pulse, is there is Ghost Heat at was it 8 or so?
Yeah.
So the 15 could start to get pretty toasty. Funny thing with Sana is they only actually list weapons up to 12. They don't list it up to 15 for Ghost Heat. So all I know is you'll get an extra 20 heat when firing 12 at once.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Roughly.
Okay. We have another topic, right?
Last topic?
Yeah, last topic.
Yeah, last topic. Yep.
Last topic is from Mycroft on and in fact I'll leave the link down below too. In fact I would link it here. 1 second. Is one of our one of the MechWarriors in community lost his home, and so on the 6th of June. So they're trying to do a benefit for him, and we just want to I'll leave a link here. just want to give a shout out to him and his company and everything else to go and help this MechWarrior out, because I know like losing something really sucks, especially your home itself. And I just want to give a shout out, you know, like everyone wants to give a shout out to him. It's a tournament that they'll actually be doing, so you'll be able to go ahead and look at the link I put in, and I put in my sorry, I'm just tired. Put inside my chat there, and that'll tell you everything about it. It's going to have 3 tournaments over, I believe, 3 weeks. So the first one is January 20th, which is on Saturday, tomorrow, and that's going to be 1 versus 1 Solaris tournament. Second one's going to be the 22nd, 4 versus 4 elimination, and the final one is on February 3rd. It's going to be a competitive 8 versus 8, 2 lights, 2 mediums, and 2 heavies, and 2 assaults. So it's a conquest tournament, and just check this out if you guys can. Help out a MechWarrior. Donate as much as you can, because they do have a GoFundMe page as well. Help them out if anyone else wants to join in there.
Yeah, I think this is actually really cool that they're doing this, because you don't really see many charity stream events take off like this. Because I know this is on the MechWarrior Online forum page, and they've actually pinned it to the very top of their what was it, general discussion page? Yeah, it's actually pinned at the very top. Yeah, so I know I was actually approached by Mycroft last week on the forums. I've been trying to find time to see if I can get in on this, but I might just pop in just to kind of say hello and give my support. But I don't think I'll be able to do a lot of the you know, in-game tournament stuff. But this is for a really good cause.
And let you know, he's at 2,285 out of 4,000. So, you know, hopefully we'll get over that goal if you guys can. Help out a fellow MechWarrior of the community, and you know, just show the support that we have a great community that we have. And I think that's it, pretty much, right?
Yeah, I think that is pretty much, yeah. So that's pretty much it. You know, and Bob, do you want to go ahead and take us out?
Oh no, man. You know, basically I already got attacked by a samurai sword, so I'm good.
Oh, okay. Well then, everyone. This has been Lorsh, your casual MechWarrior, for tonight. Thank you all for hopping in and trying to keep us on task. But again, links to everyone's channels are in the main video description below. For Biter, Lemming, Ian, Old Bob of mine, Old Bob, and it was also streaming. I think Ian, were you also streaming? Yeah.
I'm streaming, yeah.
You're streaming too? Okay, so yeah, we're all streaming. So everyone, thank you for tuning in. And if you care to do the usual shenanigans, I know myself, I will be back here on Twitch and YouTube for just a group drop stream. Again, there is no theme, just to have some beers and some good times tonight.
Hold on, there's beers? Wait a second.
Oh, I want some beer. Did you buy some beer? Is it in your fridge?
No, actually, my wife still has one beer in the fridge from like 7 or 8 months ago. I can't drink
it. Take that beer and use it.
I'm gonna leave a link for, you know, do you mind if I leave a link for your Discord so people can join?
Yeah, sure, man.
Okay. Left a link in there, and that's about it, guys. So thank you for watching. I do appreciate this. Is Old Bob. Anyone else? And we have Lemming.
Yo.
Okay, Ian and Biter. I know. We gotta have a better outro, huh, guys?
We will get there one day. But then again, we are par for the course for fucking this up, so I think we're doing pretty good.
See you guys
Happy
later.
New Year on that one.
And we're out.
And yeah.
Oh my God.